Welcome to Pashua's Moment with Pastor Charles Kiyaga.
Yes, praise the Lord, brethren. We are back again on our program, the Pashua's Moment, and I want to welcome you back from the weekend. We want to celebrate with you who had great achievements, and we want to encourage and console those of us who went through pains and storms of different sorts. That is life. It's never straight. There are times of happiness, there are times of tears, there are all storms, there are hills and ups and lows. But when God becomes our anchor, we are stable. No matter what the world presents to us, whether it is a hill to climb, whether it is a steep to go down, whether it is a storm to go through, whether it is a flat ground to move on, every one of these, God is the moderator. And this is why I encourage you that you make the pursuit of God as your targeted end, as something you live for, as something you crave for, and that will make you different and that will make you unique. I'm standing here on your mountain called Zion Pashua's Prayer Mountain. This mountain is dedicated to nothing else but the seeking of God. And I encourage you to come here. It is open 24/7. You need to pay very little to come here. If you're going to spend a day here, it is only 1,000 for a day you spend here. But if you come to spend a day and night, you're going to spend a night, you pay 2,000. Only 2,000. And on that 2,000, they will give you a hostel to sleep, a mattress, there is power, there is water, everything is here. Only your 2,000. But if you want to sleep in a room which is self-contained, where you have the water and there's sanitary facilities inside, that one you pay 10,000. So this place is open 24/7, and I encourage you to come. Come and connect. This will help you. This will help to guide your life into the destiny for which you were predestined before you were even born. So we are not talking about something strange. This is something that connects with every child of God out there. I don't know whoever disregards themselves are not being children of God. If you're not a child of God, I don't know you're a child of who. Where did you come from? Where did you begin? You did not begin with your parents. You began with God, and then God endowed you to your parents, okay? Now, we want to go back to our series. Last week we ended when we saw that Sarah was despised by the very maneuver, the shortcut that she had created to deal with her situation. And we ended by saying that whenever we want to have shortcuts around, instead of waiting upon God, we want to have a shortcut, they will bring a lot of pain. They will bring struggle. This is the first time we see Sarah struggling in her marriage. This is the first time, at least in record. We don't see it recorded anywhere that Sarah and Abraham are having strife. It is not anywhere in record. This is the first time it is recorded. Because I read you a verse in Genesis 16. I read you this verse, verses 5, when Sarah came to Abraham and said, "Let my wrong be upon you. I gave my maid in your bosom, in your embrace. And when she saw that she had conceived, I became despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and you." This is a strife between Sarah and Abraham. This is the first time it is recorded that there was a strife between Sarah and Abraham. We never see a record that Sarah and Abraham had a strife because Sarah had not borne Abraham a child. They had bared all that. But now when the maneuvering came in, then strife came. Many of us are going through a lot of strife in life. A lot of struggles, a lot of pains and frustrations that are born out of our own maneuverings. So the strife between Sarah and Abraham came out of the maneuver that Sarah herself wrote it. She's the one who crafted that maneuver and said, God has been slow coming, giving me a child, and all the hope to have a child seemed to have closed. The doors have closed. Now, let me give you my maid. And Sarah at that time could not even remember that God promised that he will give a child. There are times when they delayed hope, when something delays that you're hoping for. And as human as we are, you lose the grounds to continue to believe. And this is what happened to Sarah. I know it happens to many of us. But one thing I want to remind you, remember that your maneuvering will bring a lot of pain. Your maneuvering will bring a lot of pain. Please, that pain will drag on. Because even when eventually God answered Sarah, the pain, the strife, the struggle between Sarah and Hagar, and the offspring of Sarah and the offspring of Hagar, that strife is still there, even up to today. Those wars that we hear in the Middle East are coming out of that strife between the seed of Sarah and the seed of Hagar. This is where all the trouble comes. We can do some maneuvering, but that maneuvering can bring a pain for many, many generations. A pain longer than even the pain that you had in waiting. I pray that you do not maneuver. Don't dare maneuver. Wait upon God, because he will eventually come through, because he's not a man to lie, nor a son of man to regret. When he promises, he will always do. God bless you. We'll begin from there tomorrow.
Eyo yebadde Pursuers Moment ng'ekutusiddwako essomero lya Pursuers Junior School erisangibwa mu Butambala ku kkubo lya Mpigi Gombe. Kati wulira enkizo eriwo singa otwala omwana wo ku Pursuers Junior School. Interviews za bwereere. Essomero liyimiridde ku musingi ogutya Katonda ate ng'omwana agonjolwa bakugu. Tutumbula ebitone eby'enjawulo mu mwana. Tulina amazzi amayonjo ku ssomero ate ng'omwana wasomera ne weyeebaka abanga mukungu. Endya y'abayizi nnungi byansusso anti emmere tugirimira nga ne faamu y'ente weeri ku ssomero. Tulina emmotoka ezitambuza abaana. Pursuers Junior School e Butambala tusomesa abaana okuva mu baby class okutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu mu ddene boarding. Okumanya ebisingawo 0772 41 98 4 ne 0702 36 41 64. Pursuers Junior School Butambala, in pursuit of knowledge.